hadn't been long since the scenario began, and already? I tried to recall the original story, but there was no recollection of such an early invasion. It meant variables had appeared. In the darkness, the headlights turned off, and there was the sound of people talking. We finally made it to Chongmuro. Really, it took them a long time to break the scenario. Hey, be quiet. They're gonna hear. And don't you know that the scenarios are different between stations? I watched as the people came closer with weapons. The most important thing in battle was to take the lead first. I went forward, followed by Lee Hyung-sung and Jung Hee-won, then Yu-sung in the rear. Lee Gil-young was still sleeping. How many seconds passed? The 4 men and women in the darkness walked towards the side. Stop there. Well. The people stopped in their tracks when they saw the blade I was pointing. There were white bikes beside them. I heard weapons being pulled out, but the man's voice was faster. Wait a minute, calm down. Whew. Can't even talk because I'm too scared. Put down your weapons and slowly come this way. The man put down his weapon and approached with both hands raised. Once he entered the light, the man's impression wasn't bad. He gave off a reasonably favorable impression. His thin eyes were in a gentle curve. Don't be too wary. We didn't come here to fight. And why did you come? Let's start with the introductions. I'm Kang Il-hun, and I manage the Dongdaemun group. Kang Il-hun. Nobody popped into my head straight away. Furthermore, the representative of Dongdaemun? Things were becoming strange. The exclusive skill, character list, is activated. Since the skill worked, he was definitely a character in the novel. Character information. Name, Kang Il-hun. Age, 31 years old. Constellation sponsor? Shameless good gossiper. Private attribute? Rumors expert. General. Exclusive skills. Weapons training level 2. Art of communication level 3. Spread rumors level 1. Stigma. Make a commotion level 1. Overall stats. Physique level 12. Strength level 13. Agility level 13. Magic power level 10. Overall evaluation? Unfortunately, he didn't develop his character due to the wrong sponsor, but he's a good person with a good ability who can be used. He spreads rumors regardless of truth or lies, so be careful. Rumors expert. It was time for these guys to start acting. Kang Il-hun looked at me with a slight impatience. Your name is? Kim Dokja. Kim Dokja-shi. A flash of wonder crossed Kang Il-hun's face as he heard my name. However, it was only for a short moment. Nice to meet you, Dokja-shi. Since you have a flag, you must be the station representative. That's right. He looked closely at the color of my flag and then the people around me. It was to confirm the power on our side. He had keen eyes, but unfortunately, he met the wrong opponent. If you've seen enough, get to the main point. I beg your pardon. We also need to be concerned about safety. Kang Il-hun continued speaking without any panic. Once again, we didn't come to fight. What if we came with a good offer? I watched Kang Il-hun's party. None of them had a flag. How can I believe that? Won't you know if you check the rules? If we came to fight, we would have come with a representative. Only the representative can occupy the flagpole. It was true. It was obviously true. What's the offer? We came to ask for an alliance. At these words, the members of Chongmuro started murmuring. Kang Il-hun shook. Oh, are you uncertain because Chongmuro just opened? In fact, the 4th scenario has already been in progress for 2 days. 2 days? Yu-sung reflexively muttered. Kang Il-hun nodded. Yes, the 3rd scenario is slightly different in content and duration between stations. Perhaps you didn't know this. The 3rd scenario was just over, but I already knew this. In the original story, Chongmuro was a latecomer in the scenario compared to other stations. In other words, we started with some losses in terms of information. In that sense, Kang Il-hun's alliance offer was a timely temptation. Information was required, and this was beyond our strength. The problem was, what did the other side gain? It's a difficult offer to accept. I don't know if you have an ulterior motive. Dokja's words are definitely right. So I'll first state what we will get from the alliance. In short, Chongmuro isn't our target station. How can I believe that? You can believe it or not, but please think about it. If Chongmuro was our target, we would have dragged the main force of our station here. To be honest, the flagpoles are the most vulnerable just after the station is open. It wasn't very persuasive. What will you do if our target station is yours? There's no need to worry about that. We already know which station is targeting us. We didn't come to you for no reason. I see. Let's clear the scenario by helping each other out, since our targets are different. Is that what you mean? That's right. Isn't it good to help each other at this time? Kang Il-hun smiled and nodded. I was silent for a moment and Yu-sung opened her mouth. I have a question. Kang Il-hun grinned at Yu-sung. Yes, what is it, pretty girl? Why did you come to Chongmuro? If you came from Dongdaemun, you could have made an alliance with other stations. It was an unacceptably sharp point. Kang Il-hun looked slightly confused. As I told you, Chongmuro just opened. The other stations have already formed alliances, but I thought that Chongmuro wouldn't have. I have to ask, has Chongmuro already made an alliance? No, we haven't. Kang Il-hun looked happy at my words. Then form an alliance with us. You won't regret it. Above all, we have a winning solution for this scenario. A winning solution? Yes, in fact, our group knows the hidden secrets of this scenario. Kang Il-hun grinned and drove in the last nail. We'll tell you if you would agree to an alliance with us. After a while, I sat with Yu Sung-ah, Lee Hyung-sung, and Jung Hee-won to exchange opinions. Yu Sung-ah spoke. What do we do? Should we establish an alliance? I'm going to disagree. I can't believe them. I feel uneasy. Once Jung Hee-won spoke, Lee Hyung-sung gave his opinion. But wouldn't it be bad if they had information about this scenario? Certainly we can't fully trust them, as Hee-won-shi said. Finally, they looked at me. I shrugged. Then for now, once we made a decision, we called over Kang Il-hun and his group, who were looking around the Cheongmudo station. I'll make a decision once I have met your representative. Oh, is that so? Where is your representative? Back at our station. If you don't mind, I'll guide you. Please do so. We got on the back seats of the bikes they came on. The people I took with me were Lee Hyung-sung, Yu Sang-ah, and Jung Hee-won. Lee Gil-young was left behind with Gong Pil-do. It was because he overused diverse communication and hadn't woken up yet. Of course, I didn't forget to give an order to protect Lee Gil-young. Then let's go. There was the sound of bikes turning on and we started moving. Once 20 seconds had passed, I opened my mouth. By the way, Kang Il-hun-shi. Yes? Those people. Did they say anything else about Cheongmudo? Oh, what is that? For example, if you come here, then there was a scary man called Yu Jong-uk. What are you saying? I gave a signal and our party jumped on the back seats of the bikes at the same time. Yu Sang-ah-shi! Yu Sang-ah used binding thread and tied the 4 bikes together. There was a loud roar as the bikes collided with each other. They screamed as they crashed down. Fortunately, our party was safely hanging in the air due to Yu Sang-ah's thread tied to the ceiling. It was a type of seatbelt. It was an incredible feat that made Yu Sang-ah seem like Spider-Man. Kang Il-hun was covered in dust as he lay on the ground and shouted, What are you doing? What am I doing? This is what I want to ask. I looked at the dark tunnel. In order to ambush us, you should raise the level of stealth a bit more. It was enough for me to detect despite not having absolute senses. Kang Il-hun noticed something wrong and screamed, Attack them! At almost the same time, people hiding all over the tunnel emerged. I knew it. They were aiming for my flag. The character Jung Hee-won has activated exclusive skill Judgment Time. The Absolute Good constellations have agreed to the use of the skill. Judgment Time has been activated. Eh? I thought it might not. Isn't this a complete mess? Jung Hee-won laughed with a surprised expression. It's hard to find bad people. Jung Hee-won spoke in a cold voice and her sword flashed through the dark tunnel. Her eyes were red from using Demon Slayer. The bloody light swept through the darkness as people were slaughtered. There were 10 people, but Jung Hee-won killed them without a hitch. It was a scene that showed how much Jung Hee-won's stats had risen after the hidden dungeon was cleared. I also used white pure star energy and easily suppressed Kang Il-hun. A few hours ago I was dealing with Yu Jong-uk. This guy wasn't difficult. Dokja-shi, Cheongmudo! I looked back at Lee Hyung-sung's cry and saw there was a commotion in Cheongmudo. They were ambushed as soon as we left. I left Kang Il-hun to be tied up by Yu Sang-ah and rushed to Cheongmudo. There was already a melee happening on the platform, but I decided to watch the situation for a while. There was something I needed to check first. What are these bastards? Dozens of group members that ran from the Myeongdong direction waved weapons at the people at Cheongmudo. By the way, the weapons they were carrying were familiar. That's Kim-shi's weapon! The Landlord Alliance members who headed towards Myeongdong had already been hit by these guys. Indeed, the wanderers who lost their group were just seen as living coins. The most noticeable enemy was the one wearing a red flag around his head like a bandana. Gain control later! It'll be over if I just put the flag in! That was right. He was the representative.